CJIA says baggage scanner down, backup being used until machine fixed. Newsroom. The CTX 5800 baggage scanner at Chetty-Jugan International Airport, CJIA, has been temporarily taken out of service due to damage caused by an oversized bag that affected the rotating gantry. The airport is currently awaiting the arrival of a replacement part from the manufacturer. In the meantime, passenger luggage is being screened using a backup scanner. CJIA has ensured that adequate redundancy in its scanning equipment is in place to maintain security and safety during this period. The local agent for the CTX 5800 manufacturer is working diligently to expedite the delivery of the necessary replacement part so that the scanner can be returned to service as quickly as possible. CJIA appreciates the public's understanding and patience as they work to resolve this issue. Police raid exercise carried out at Stabroek Market. A team of police officers from Regional Division 4A, led by an assistant superintendent, conducted a raid last night at the Stabroek Market tarmac. The operation targeted a stall occupied by 26-year-old vendor Kevin Evans from Seafield, Sophia. During the raid, officers discovered several Ziploc bags containing leaves, seeds, and stems that are suspected to be cannabis. A further search near the stall revealed a plastic bag also containing cannabis. Evans was shown the suspected cannabis found at his stall, informed of the offense, cautioned, and subsequently arrested. He accepted ownership of the cannabis. Following the arrest, Evans was escorted to the Stabroek Market Police Outpost, where the suspected cannabis was weighed in his presence. The total weight of the cannabis found at his stall was 17.8 grams, while the plastic bag contained 458.2 grams of suspected cannabis. Evans remains in police custody and is expected to be charged shortly. Senior doctor dismissed after GPHC probe into stillbirth case. Newsroom. The Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, has completed its internal investigation into a recent stillbirth case involving a term pregnancy, which had garnered media attention. The investigation aimed to conduct a thorough review of all aspects of care provided during the incident. An independent review panel determined that the managing doctors failed to adhere to required medical protocols. As a result, GPHC's management accepted and implemented several recommendations from the panel, including the termination of a senior doctor responsible for overseeing the shift and the case, whose lack of supervision contributed to the breaches in protocol. The suspension of 2 doctors with senior oversight of the case for a period of 28 days. Following the investigation, hospital administration met with the patient and her relatives to provide a complete update on the findings and the corrective actions taken. The family expressed satisfaction with the measures implemented. GPHC has expressed deep regret regarding the incident and acknowledges its impact on the affected family. The hospital reaffirms its commitment to continuous improvement, accountability, and maintaining the highest standards of patient care. GPHC will continue to take necessary steps to prevent similar occurrences in the future. Brutus withdraws second lawsuit filed against the state. Kaider News. Former Assistant Commissioner of Police Calvin Brutus has withdrawn his $100 million lawsuit against the Police Service Commission, PSC, and the tribunal established to investigate him for misconduct in public office. The announcement was made by the Attorney General's chambers on Thursday. In the notice of withdrawal, Brutus, through his attorneys, stated, "Take notice that the above-mentioned matter filed herein on the 27th day of January, 2025 is hereby withdrawn and wholly discontinued." This notice was sent to the Attorney General's chambers, the PSC, and the tribunal set up by the PSC. Brutus's decision to withdraw the lawsuit comes shortly after his termination from the Guyana Police Force, GPF, on February 5, 2025. His dismissal followed his attempt to quash all summons issued by the tribunal. From October to January, Brutus filed 4 lawsuits, of which he has now withdrawn 2. In October 2024, he discontinued a constitutional case alleging victimization related to an ongoing investigation into his alleged involvement in financial crimes. In November, He filed another lawsuit against senior officers for misfeasance in public office, seeking $400 million in damages. In January 2025, he filed a third lawsuit for racial discrimination. Currently, Brutus is facing 261 fraud charges. Contractor caught with narcotic in Pringles tin jailed. Guyana News. A contractor, Kemridge Lal, was sentenced to 2 months in prison and fined $30,000 after being caught with 62 grams of marijuana concealed in Pringles tins. The incident occurred on February 10, 2025, at Zgene AGM Inc., where Lal was subjected to a search by a security guard. During the search, the guard discovered 4 bags carried by Lal, which contained 3 Pringles tins. Upon examination, the tins revealed bulky parcels filled with leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis. Further checks uncovered another tin containing additional suspected narcotics. When questioned by the security guard, Lal admitted ownership of the items with a straightforward yes. The guard subsequently reported the findings to his supervisor, who weighed the parcels in Lal's presence, confirming a total weight of 61.2 grams. The drugs were securely sealed and handed over to the police. Lal was arrested at Ogle International Airport on February 13, 2025, and taken to the Sparendam police station for further investigation, leading to his charge of possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking. He pleaded guilty at the Bartica Magistrates Court before Magistrate Tariq Muhammad. PNCR marks 70th anniversary of its existence as a party. The People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, celebrated its 70th anniversary today with a flag-raising ceremony at Congress Place. Following the ceremony, party leader Mr. Aubrey C. Norton addressed attendees during a breakfast event, reflecting on the party's historical roots. Mr. Norton traced the origins of the PNCR back to the split of the People's Progressive Party, PPP, into 2 factions, the PPP Burnhamite and the PPP Jaganite, during the PPP Congress on February 13, 1955. He highlighted the ideological differences between the 2 groups, which led them to operate as separate political entities. From 1955, the 2 groups contested the August 1957 national elections as distinct parties, he noted. While the formal adoption of the name People's National Congress took place at a Congress on October 5, 1957, Mr. Norton emphasized that the party's existence as a separate organization began with the PPP split in 1955. Both February 13th and October 5th hold historic significance for the PNCR and will be celebrated in that context, marking the party's enduring legacy in Guyana's political landscape. Brigadier Khan assures of GDF's readiness to defend Guyana amid ongoing threats. News source Guyana. Brigadier Omar Khan, Chief of Defense Staff of the Guyana Defense Force, GDF, has reaffirmed the commitment of his troops to defend the nation against current and emerging threats. His remarks were made during the opening of the annual Officers' Conference, where discussions will focus on the GDF strategies to tackle present and future challenges. Commander-in-Chief, I can assure you that we, the men and women in uniform, of the Guyana Defense Force remain vigilant and militant. We do not contemplate being anything less, Brigadier Khan stated. He expressed confidence in the GDF's operational readiness to fulfill its defense mandate, which includes defining, deterring, and defending the country. Brigadier Khan emphasized that the people of Guyana deserve a defense force capable of serving and protecting the nation. He noted plans to enhance the GDF's operational strategies to better address national defense and development challenges. He acknowledged that despite the diverse growth prospects positioning Guyana to withstand global shocks, ongoing national defense challenges require constant attention. Amid challenges last year, the GDF was able to rise to the challenges it faced. However, the greatest of these remains the threat from our western neighbor, he said. Brigadier Khan highlighted the persistent and unscrupulous territorial claims from an increasingly unstable neighbor as a significant concern. He indicated that the Army will review its operational posture for 2025, with a focus on integrating combat services units. The theme of this year's annual Officers' Conference, which concludes this weekend, is transforming the force to better confront the nation's present and future challenges by enhancing its awareness, adaptability, and agility capabilities. Government to strengthen regional crime fighting with 3 new bills, AG Nandlal. The government is set to enhance its crime-fighting efforts by tabling 3 new pieces of legislation in the National Assembly next Monday. The proposed bills aim to strengthen collaboration with Caribbean counterparts and include the CARICOM Arrest Warrant Bill, the Advanced Passenger Information and Passenger Name Record Bill, and the Regional Security Systems Bill. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Mohabir Anil Nandlal, SC, emphasized that these laws are in alignment with Guyana's commitments to CARICOM and its treaty obligations. This is another crime-fighting measure in legislative form, and they are intended to bolster our crime-fighting capabilities, Nandlal reiterated during Tuesday's edition of the Issues in the News. The Advanced Passenger Information and Passenger Name Record Bill will establish a legal framework for sharing travel information for passengers and cargo among CARICOM member states. This is expected to enhance security and streamline processes related to air travel in the region. The CARICOM Arrest Warrant Bill aims to ensure that criminals face consistent legal accountability across the Caribbean, facilitating smoother extradition processes and cooperation among member states. Additionally, the Regional Security Systems Bill will formally integrate the Regional Security Systems, RSS, into Guyana's law enforcement structure. This follows Guyana's accession to the RSS in 2022, as many other countries in the region have already enacted similar legislation. Guyana just recently joined the regional security system, and we have to pass a law, Nandlal explained. In addition to these security-related bills, several pieces of legislation outside the security sector will also be tabled. These legislative efforts are part of the government's broader agenda to modernize the legal framework to address emerging challenges in society. Government exploring ways to support the development of religious leaders. President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali has announced that the government is exploring initiatives to support the development of religious leaders, including pastors, pundits, and imams in Guyana. His remarks came during the commissioning of South America's largest Lord Shiva statue at the Badrinath Ashram on the Essequibo coast. The statue, known as the Bhagwan Shiva Murthy, was founded by Pundit Manesh Donre. President Ali emphasized the importance of collaborating with religious leaders and finding institutions to aid their development, stating, "Faith and spirituality are essential pillars of a grounded nation." The president aims to ensure that Guyana's religious landscape remains rich and multifaceted. He highlighted the significance of the ashram, noting that it reinforces a sense of belonging and connection, and signifies deeper values like faith, consciousness, and reconnection with heritage. Infrastructural investments. In addition to supporting religious leaders, President Ali discussed his administration's commitment to investing in infrastructure to foster regional prosperity. The government is currently working with a team of technicians and specialists to procure a new ferry service for the Essequibo region, aimed at meeting growing economic demands. This service will enhance passenger and vehicle capacity, improving connectivity between Essequibo and other regions. The president also mentioned ongoing efforts to secure another ferry for the northwest route. The commissioning of the MV Malisha in 2023, in partnership with the Government of India, has already significantly improved transportation, trade, and tourism between Georgetown and the Northwest District. Since we launched that, the production has come back. The market has come back, and the demand for the ferry service has increased exponentially, and now we have to get another one, he explained. Cabinet has also requested that a team of engineers provide an estimated cost for the new ferry, reflecting the government's proactive approach to development. President Ali says GDF modernization a necessity. President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali announced that the Guyana government has invested over $100 billion since 2020 to modernize the Guyana Defense Force, GDF, emphasizing that this transformation is essential to address emerging security challenges. Speaking at the opening of the annual Officers' Conference, President Ali highlighted the significant increase in the defense budget, which has allocated approximately $115 billion between 2020 and 2024, including $50.4 billion for the current year. This stands in stark contrast to the $14 billion earmarked by the previous government in 2019. This investment is part of our plan to build a more agile and capable organization that can effectively safeguard our sovereignty, protect our borders, and respond to emerging threats, he stated. A key aspect of this modernization effort includes the acquisition of advanced equipment and technology. President Ali mentioned plans to procure new helicopters, maritime surveillance vessels, and drones to enhance land border surveillance, maritime security, and disaster response capabilities. In addition to equipment, the government is focusing on human resource development, providing extensive training for GDF ranks both locally and overseas. Since 2020, around 6,445 ranks have received training, costing over $2.5 billion. The establishment of the National Defense Institution further underscores the commitment to developing human capital within the GDF. Every single officer that retires will have an evaluation to see how they can be reabsorbed into the economy with their skill sets, President Ali explained, reiterating the government's investment in the welfare and future productivity of GDF personnel. The GDF has also strengthened its military partnerships, particularly with the United States, to facilitate knowledge transfer and joint training exercises. President Ali assured that his government will continue to enhance benefits for GDF members, including increased salaries and special healthcare provisions. Thousands benefit from road upgrades in Region 3. Residents of Region 3 are enjoying improved access to upgraded asphaltic concrete roads as part of a significant infrastructural project. The Ministry of Public Works Special Projects Unit, SPU, has completed approximately 31 kilometers of roadworks across several communities, fulfilling a commitment made by President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali to enhance local infrastructure. Schoonord, this area witnessed the most extensive upgrades, with 6,897.8 meters of roads rehabilitated, including Nursery School Street, Special Needs School Street, and the main road. Onderneming, upgrades covered 4,715.8 meters across 6 key streets, including NCN Road, 4th Street, 1st Cross Street, 5th Avenue, 8 Cross Street, and White Shop Shortcut. La Parfaite Harmonie, this community benefited from the largest single stretch of improvements, with 14,499.3 meters of roads enhanced, including the main access road, Harmony Drive, along with several avenues and cross streets. Rec d'Or Z, 2,923.2 meters of road was rehabilitated, while Luston Rust and Westminster saw their main roads upgraded, covering 1,074 and 1,084.8 meters, respectively. In addition to these upgrades, approximately 19 kilometers of internal roads are currently being improved by around 74 small contractors from the region, also using asphaltic concrete. These infrastructure projects align with the government's 2020 to 2025 manifesto commitments aimed at fostering regional growth and development. The government has allocated $209.3 billion in the 2025 budget to enhance the nation's roads and bridges infrastructure, further demonstrating its commitment to improving the quality of life for residents in Region 3 and beyond. Norton says PNC resilient and will join other parties for elections. Aubrey Norton, the leader of the People's National Congress Reform, PNC/R, declared that the party is resilient as it commemorates its 70th anniversary and will collaborate with other political parties to contest the upcoming general elections. Speaking at a flag-raising event at the party's headquarters, Congress Place in Sophia, Georgetown, Norton emphasized the importance of the PNC's history, which dates back to its founding in 1955 after Forbes Burnham's split from the People's Progressive Party, PPP. Despite an invitation to the media, Norton requested that reporters leave, labeling the event as private, even though it had been advertised publicly. The event was later streamed live on Facebook. In his address to party members and supporters, Norton urged pride in the PNC's history and resilience over the decades. He reflected on the party's time in government from 1964 to 1992, which was marred by economic challenges and allegations of election rigging. The PNC lost power to the PPP in 1992 after significant pressure for free and fair elections. After spending 23 years in opposition, the PNC formed a coalition with smaller parties and the Alliance for Change, AFC, leading to their victory in the 2015 elections. However, the coalition government was dissolved following a no-confidence motion in December 2018, leading to a controversial tenure that extended beyond constitutional deadlines. As a party, we have shown that we are a resilient political party, Norton asserted. He expressed confidence that the PNC, in collaboration with other parties, is well positioned to win the next general elections and called for collective commitment to achieve victory. Currently, the PNC, as part of the broader APNU coalition, is in discussions with the AFC and other parties about their participation in the 2025 elections. The PNC has also established a coalition agreement with the Working People's Alliance, WPA, another party previously within the APNU umbrella. Region 2 gets first-ever special needs school. Region 2 has inaugurated its first Exceptional Learner Center at Cotton Field, aimed at supporting approximately 30 learners with special needs. The facility was commissioned by President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali on Wednesday and is equipped to accommodate children on the spectrum, as well as those with disabilities and special sensitivities. Key announcements. Special buses. President Ali announced that special buses will soon be provided to transport differently abled children in all 10 administrative regions to their respective educational facilities. This initiative responds to transportation challenges frequently raised by parents during community engagements. We have put aside resources in the budget. Region 2 will receive its bus to transport these children, the President stated. Integrated health services. The government plans to integrate health services with educational operations by bringing a clinic to the facility every month, reducing the strain on parents and children. Commitment to inclusive education. President Ali reiterated the government's commitment to dismantling barriers that prevent children with special needs from accessing quality education. He highlighted significant investments in the education sector, noting that the number of special education facilities in the country has increased from 13 to 27 since 2022. Increased investment. The government has invested 600% more in education compared to the previous administration from 2015 to 2020. Support from the Caribbean Development Bank. Daniel Best, president of the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, emphasized that projects like the Exceptional Learner Center are vital for inclusive and sustainable development. He described the facility as a sanctuary of hope, acceptance, and opportunity. The construction of the school was prioritized for delivering effective early childhood education, with a $94 million contract signed last March with Builders Engineering and Architectural Consultancy. Attendance. The ceremony was attended by Senior Minister Dr. Ashni Singh and Minister of Education Priya Manikchand, among other officials, marking a significant milestone in the region's educational landscape. More judges for Court of Appeal to tackle case backlog. Guyana Times. The number of judges at Guyana's Court of Appeal is set to increase from 9 to 11 to help address the significant backlog of cases. Attorney General Anil Nandlal announced this development during his weekly program, Issues in the News, stating that an amendment to the Court of Appeal Act will facilitate this change. Previously, the number of judges in the Court of Appeal was raised from 5 to 9. However, Nandlal emphasized that there is a large backlog of cases that needs urgent attention. He noted that Guyana is a highly litigious country, with a heavy caseload across all judicial tiers, including the magistracy and high court. With the recent expansion of the appeal court to include 2 courtrooms, each room can accommodate 3 judges handling separate cases, while additional judges can cover cases in different regions. This setup still allows for 2 judges to fill in for those on leave. In November 2024, Nandlal expressed urgency in addressing the backlog, highlighting the consequences of delays, such as individuals dying or migrating while their cases linger unresolved. In 2024, the Judicial Service Commission, JSC, recommended 10 new judges for appointment, all of whom received their instruments of appointment from President Dr. Irfan Ali. The newly appointed judges include Sherdel Isaacs Marcus, Peter Hugh, Zamila Ali Paul, Deborah Kumar, Nicola Pierre, Priscilla Chandrahanif, Hassan Yassin, Joy Persad, Nigel Niles, Jacqueline Josiah Graham. In addition, in October 2024, The JSC invited applications for the positions of Chief Magistrate and Commissioner of Title, and in February 2024, 9 new magistrates were sworn in. The reconstitution of the JSC in July 2023, appointed by President Dr. Irfan Ali, has enabled these critical judicial appointments. The Commission is responsible for managing appointments, discipline, removal, and promotion of judicial officers, including judges and magistrates. Following its establishment, the JSC published vacancies to fill personnel gaps within the judiciary and magistracy. AI integration in aviation sector good for Guyana. Lieutenant Colonel Retted Egbert Field, Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, GCAA, has expressed strong support for the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, in Guyana's aviation sector. His remarks came during the Global Implementation Support Symposium 2025 held in the United Arab Emirates. Defining turning point. Field described AI as a defining turning point in aviation, emphasizing its potential to enhance passenger experiences and improve operational efficiency. Challenges and opportunities. The panel discussion focused on the disparities in technology adoption and infrastructure between developed and developing nations. Field noted that while developed countries have embraced AI in aviation, Guyana and other developing nations still face challenges related to infrastructure and expertise. What we have begun to do is sensitize the aviation industry about AI, what it can do, and how they should move forward, he stated. Collaborative efforts. The GCAA is working with larger nations to gain insights and establish effective regulations for AI technology. Current strides in AI integration. Guyana has already taken steps towards AI integration, including electronic gates, the installation of electronic gates, e-gates, at the Chetty Jugan International Airport, CJIA. AI-driven practices. Initiatives are underway to introduce domestic airline operators to AI-driven practices used by international carriers. Field emphasized that adapting to AI is essential for the aviation industry, stating, "The artificial horizon is here to stay and our industry must adapt." He also highlighted AI's potential to reduce carbon emissions by enhancing fuel efficiency and streamlining flight operations, all while maintaining air safety. While AI presents significant opportunities, Field acknowledged the challenges associated with its adoption. The International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, is currently reviewing a drafted policy on innovation, which aims to provide a flexible framework for countries to adopt AI-based solutions at a suitable pace. The policy includes a roadmap for standardization, identifying gaps, and establishing regulatory standards, with a focus on providing tailored support to developing nations to address their specific challenges. Field's insights reflect the ongoing commitment to modernize Guyana's aviation sector through innovative technologies, ensuring it keeps pace with global advancements.